Hitting behind Shohei Ohtani, what does that really mean?
Hitting behind Shohei Ohtani. It's not just about your name sitting in the two-hole. This season, the Dodgers rolled out a bold new look at the top of the lineup. Ohtani leading off, followed by Kyle Tucker. And this isn't just any number 2 hitter. Tucker came in as a $240 million star, a major investment. And now he's been handed one of the most demanding roles in baseball. For a team chasing a three-peat, locking in protection behind Ohtani, this clearly sends a message. And it might carry more weight than people realize. In this video, we're diving into Tucker's take on Ohtani, what it's really like sharing a lineup with him, and the unique pressure that comes with hitting behind the most dangerous player in baseball. And here's the question. Why do you think the Dodgers went all in to bring in Tucker? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe.
Tucker turns the Dodgers lineup into a nightmare.
The Dodgers just made history, winning back-to-back World Series titles for the first time in franchise history. And this season, they're chasing an incredible goal, a three-peat not seen. Since the New York Yankees won 3 straight World Series titles from 1998 to 2000. And at the center of that mission is a reimagined top of the lineup. Shohei Ohtani leading off, with Kyle Tucker right behind him. This is where it gets scary. You've got Ohtani setting the tone at the top. And the moment he gets on base, Tucker is right there waiting. No breathing room, no reset. And it doesn't stop there. Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman are looming right behind them. From a pitcher's perspective, it's a nightmare lineup. There's no clear place to attack. No easy way to pitch around anyone. Try to work around Ohtani, and you're immediately dealing with Tucker. Get past him, and now you've got MVP-level bats stacked back-to-back. Every decision becomes a gamble. Where do you challenge, and where do you try to escape? Here's what really matters. Ohtani's spot in the lineup isn't just about getting him more at-bats. It's about who's hitting around him, because that completely changes how pitchers attack. If there's a weak bat behind him, pitchers won't think twice about pitching around Ohtani. Free pass, no problem. Take their chances with the next guy. But when you've got a hitter like Tucker behind him, someone who brings both power and on-base ability, there's no easy way out. You can't just work around Ohtani anymore. And it doesn't stop there. With Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman waiting behind Tucker, even if you avoid one guy, you're immediately dealing with the next, and the next after that. That's the real pressure. There's no escape in this lineup, and that's exactly what the Dodgers are trying to create. And Tucker's impact goes beyond just the lineup. His arrival adds real flexibility in the outfield, giving the Dodgers more options defensively and raising the overall balance of the roster. This isn't just about stacking the order, it's about tightening up the entire team. Because when you can deepen a dangerous lineup and improve defensive stability at the same time, that's not a small upgrade. That's a move that elevates your ceiling. For a team chasing a three-peat, this wasn't a luxury ad. It was a targeted move. The Dodgers identified exactly what they were missing and went out and filled that final piece with purpose. And there's a reason Tucker was placed specifically in the two-hole. Not third, not cleanup. Right behind Ohtani. That decision says everything. The Dodgers aren't just asking for power. They're asking for a hitter who won't waste Ohtani getting on base. That's the role. That's the responsibility. Because in that spot, it's not just about hitting bombs. It's about how much value you can create in that one at-bat after Ohtani reaches. Driving him in with a clutch hit? Of course, that's ideal. But drawing a walk to keep the line moving has value. Even a productive out that moves him over applies real pressure. That's what this role demands. Quality, at-bats, over and over again. And that's exactly why Tucker is hitting behind Ohtani. And we started to see this vision take shape right out of the gate. Ohtani gets on base. And immediately, Tucker drives him in. Just like that, the purpose of this new 1-2 punch becomes crystal clear. It's not about highlight reel homers. It's about turning Ohtani getting on base into instant scoring pressure. That feeling that a run is coming every single time he reaches. And once that pattern repeats, pitchers and catchers can't treat Ohtani as an isolated threat anymore. There's no separating him from what comes next. This isn't just a star-studded top of the order. It's a system built to apply constant pressure, inning after inning. And more than anything, this lineup reflects the Dodgers' philosophy. Don't isolate Ohtani. Don't let his on-base chances go to waste. And never give the opponent a moment to breathe. That blueprint of a championship team is built right into the 1-2 spot. Because this isn't random. It's intentional. When you're seriously chasing a three-peat, you don't leave the top of your lineup to chance. You define roles, you assign responsibility, and you make sure your two table setters can apply pressure from the very first pitch. You can also tell that, for Tucker, Ohtani has been a different kind of presence for a while now, and that really showed during the 2025 All-Star festivities. At Media Day, Tucker was seated right next to Ohtani, and he later joked that almost none of the questions came his way. The entire media swarm was locked in on Ohtani, and that energy just spilled over into Tucker's space. But here's what stood out. He didn't seem bothered at all. If anything, he looked like he was enjoying it. Yeah, that's Shohei. That kind of reaction tells you everything. He understood exactly what comes with being around Ohtani and accepted it naturally. That's why he can look back on that moment, not with frustration, but as a funny story. Hitting behind Ohtani isn't just about lineup protection or keeping the order moving. It means stepping into everything that comes with him. The media attention, the spotlight from fans, even that unique buzz you can feel before first pitch. And Tucker already understood that. He's experienced it firsthand. And more importantly, he's embraced it without overthinking it. No hesitation, no trying to do too much, just accepting the moment for what it is. That mindset? That's going to be a huge weapon moving forward.
The pressure of hitting behind Shohei Ohtani.
Why is it so difficult? The answer is pretty simple. If you drive him in, it's expected. That's your job. If Ohtani gets pitched around and takes a walk, now all eyes are on you to make the pitcher regret that decision. And even if Ohtani gets out, you don't get a break. You're still expected to keep the pressure on and carry the momentum forward. No matter the situation, the responsibility never lets up. That's what makes hitting behind Ohtani so uniquely demanding. And don't forget, Mookie Betts spent years as a true leadoff hitter. He's used to starting the game, setting the tone, creating his own momentum from the very first pitch. That's his identity. But hitting behind Ohtani? That's a completely different role. This isn't just about sliding down one spot in the order. The meaning of each at-bat changes. You're no longer creating the momentum, you're inheriting it. Now, the job is to expand what Ohtani started and cash it in. And that shift? It brings a very different kind of challenge. And of course, the opposing team knows all of this. The moment they decide, do we challenge Ohtani or do we pitch around him? The very next hitter they face is the guy in the two-hole. From their perspective, that spot is a pivot point in the lineup. From your perspective, it's where the pressure peaks. Do you go down in one pitch? Do you grind out the at-bat and run up the pitch count? Do you move the runner or cash him in? Every single plate appearance carries more weight than a typical number 2 hitter. That's what makes that spot so demanding and so important. So what exactly are the Dodgers expecting from Tucker as he steps into that pressure? First and foremost, it's production. When Ohtani gets on, you bring him home. That's non-negotiable. And we've already started to see it. Not long after joining the team, Tucker picked up his first hit and RBI in a Dodgers uniform, giving us an early glimpse of how this is supposed to work. Ohtani gets on base. Tucker drives him in. Or, at the very least, keeps the line moving. If that sequence starts repeating consistently, this Dodgers lineup becomes almost impossible to contain. But the expectations don't stop at just driving in runs. Tucker's role isn't defined by how many home runs he hits. It's about keeping the lineup in motion. Some games, he'll change the game with one swing. Other times, it's about taking a walk and passing it on. And sometimes, it's simply grinding out an at-bat and forcing the pitcher to work. What matters is that all of those outcomes contribute to winning. That's why his ability and willingness to battle in the box is so important. Because in that spot, it's not just about results. It's about consistently applying pressure, one plate appearance at a time. A hitter who can win with quality at-bats, not just highlight swings. That's the kind of player who becomes even more valuable behind Ohtani. And Tucker brings more than just power. He's got speed on the bases. He contributes on defense. So even on days when the hits aren't falling, he's still impacting the game in multiple ways. That's what separates him. Because in that role, it's not about being hot every night. It's about always finding a way to stay involved and help the team win. For a team chasing a three-peat, it's not about streaky power or the occasional big swing. It's about complete players, guys who get on base and set the tone. Flip the game with extra base hits and stabilize things on defense when it matters most. That's the profile you need, and Tucker fits it as well as anyone. Of course, with a contract that big comes a different level of expectation. The spotlight gets sharper, the margin for error gets smaller. But that's exactly why Tucker stands out. Because this season, he's not just part of the Dodgers lineup. He represents what it's built to be. And ultimately, what the Dodgers are really expecting isn't just production from Tucker. It's for him to make that spot, hitting behind Ohtani, his own. At first, the pressure is going to stand out. That's unavoidable. But if he keeps delivering in that role, game after game, it changes everything. Pitchers won't even be able to fall back on the simple idea of just pitch around Ohtani. That option disappears. And the moment that happens, this Dodgers lineup goes from dangerous to completely untouchable. And if Tucker rises to that pressure, he won't be remembered as just another blockbuster signing. He'll be seen as the final piece that made a three-peat possible. Because when you watch this Dodgers lineup this season, there's one connection you simply can't take your eyes off. Ohtani leading off, and Tucker hitting right behind him.
Thanks for watching all the way through. What did you think? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we continue to follow Shohei Ohtani's incredible journey. See you in the next one.